Hello, welcome to this film review for Mother. I'm probably the last person to actually do a film review on this. I think all the other channels have actually watched it and reviewed it by now, and to be honest, I actually watched the film a little while ago. I'm only just getting around to doing the review for it. I went in not knowing what it was about, basically. I didn't have a clue. I saw the trailer and got completely the wrong impression of what it was about, and a lot of other channels have said that the marketing department basically messed up. They made it out to be something that it's not. Now, I don't normally watch other people's reviews before doing my own film review, but to be honest, I didn't have a clue what was going on. Basically, for 2 hours I was thinking, what the hell is going on? I went with my friend Abby, and for 2 hours we were just sitting there thinking, what the hell is going on? And I'd be like, Abby, do you have the vaguest idea what's going on? And it really was just the WTF for 2 hours. The reason I watched other film reviews before doing this one is to find out what was going on. So I watched a few, and it's quite obvious now what's happening when you actually watch the other reviews. I'm not sure if I would have enjoyed it quite so much if I'd already known what was happening, but there again, I would have known what was happening. And to them, if you watch my film reviews on a regular basis, you'll know that I absolutely hate predictable films. Can't stand them. And this one, I was just like, for the whole 2 hours thinking, what is going on? So in that respect, it was actually quite good that it wasn't predictable. However, if I'd figured it out, if I knew what it was about, then it probably would have been predictable. My friend Abby, she did sort of work it out. She kind of figured it out before I did. And yeah, I mean, it's a good film. To be honest, I've got to say, Jennifer Lawrence was superb in this film. I know some people don't particularly like her. I know that because after reading all the other comments on other people's film reviews that people have done, it appears an awful lot of people don't like Jennifer Lawrence. I don't know why. I mean, I actually really like her. Yeah, I think her acting was actually really, really good in this. I don't see how you could fault it at all. The camera was like this in her face the whole way through, so to actually act with a camera like this in your face the whole time. But I thought she did a superb job, and she hasn't got a clue what's going on. So she's a little bit like the audience in that regard, not having a clue what's going on. She's like, what is happening? All this strange stuff is going on around her, and she hasn't got a clue what's happening. And she's basically along for the ride, like the audience. I mean, it's generally a really good film, but there's going to be a lot of people that don't like it. It gets really intense, especially towards the end. The first half is a little bit more chilled, but you still kind of spend the whole time thinking, what is going on? Like questioning it, thinking, what am I watching? And you keep thinking, maybe it's going to start making sense soon. At one point I thought it was like going to be a typical horror film, and I thought they were like, based on the trailer, I thought there was like this religious cult thing, and they were doing like evil things or like satanic things to her, and she had to, get away from them. Then when I was watching, I was thinking, maybe her character is dead and she's a ghost but doesn't realise it, but that was clearly wrong. And then it just gets really crazy and insane, and then everyone just sort of leaves. There's a scene where it gets really crazy, and then people leave, and then it all calms down for a while, and then the madness builds up again, and it escalates so fast. I mean, you sometimes like see the expression on the internet where something goes from 0 to 100 really quickly. I mean, this is basically that in film version. It goes from 0 to 100 and beyond in such a fast time, and in the UK it's rated 18. I think it's R in America. Sometimes the films don't always translate, because sometimes when a film is R-rated in America, it comes over to England as a 15. But this one, I think, is R-rated in America and has come over to England as an 18. I don't know about other countries. And there's a scene towards the end with the baby. So Jennifer Lawrence, who is the mother character, she has a baby. The baby is like less than a day old or something. And then something happens to the baby, and I think, okay, this is why this film is an 18 certificate, okay, or because, you know, it's pretty horrific what happens, and it just goes full on crazy, and it's quite graphic and violent. The film didn't actually do that well in the box office, looking at the numbers. And like the YouTube channel Loop has already done a video saying why this film bombed at the office, and it's like, well, actually, I hate that channel actually. But I think this is gonna go down in time as a classic. Yeah, it's not doing very well at the moment. When I went with Abby, there weren't a lot of people in the cinema, and there are going to be a lot of people that don't like this film. Yeah, I think that eventually it is going to be known as a classic. It's going to be known as one of those films that didn't do particularly well in the cinema, but then it will go down and remembered as one of those greats, because you can't really fault it. I mean, it's got superb directing, superb acting. Everything about it is done really well. The cinematography is well, the special effects are really good, the sound is good. There's not really much music in it. It's very limited scores. There's a few sound effects, but as for the actual like background music, it's not really in the film. It relies on the story and the acting. So, you know, everything about it is really, really good. It is going to go down as a masterpiece. But at the same time, some people are going to absolutely hate this film. They're going to just think, what the hell? I think particularly if you understand what's going on and you're maybe Christian, you'll hate the film, and you will just won't like anything about it. But having said that, as far as I'm concerned, once I understood it, what was going on, it was all quite true and relevant. The film obviously does play on the Bible stories, but it's obvious the guy who made it, I've completely forgotten his name, he's the same guy that did Noah. He clearly is not a fan of religion or a fan of humanity, and he sees what's gone wrong in the world, and he expressed that in this film. He expressed it quite graphically and brutally. Apparently it only took him 5 days to write. It's from a dream he had. And it's obvious he just doesn't like what's happening to the world and to humanity and to everything. So it's just like he wanted to express what people are doing wrong. And it's obvious, really, when you think about it. I mean, the film has many interpretations. Some people say it's about religion, some people say it's about global warming, and there's some people who've got other ideas, and there's a few elements in there which people are a bit confused about. But you can interpret the film in many different ways. Yeah, so although I spent the entire 2 hours of the film thinking, what the hell is going on, I can't say I didn't enjoy it. And something unique happened at the end of this film. People in the audience started talking to complete strangers and asking, what was that? What did we just watch? What just happened? What was that all about? Anyway, so I'm going to wrap this video up. I enjoyed it. A lot of people won't. Some people will love it. Some people will absolutely hate it. Some people won't understand it. Some people will get it. Thing is, some people will get it and love it. Some people will get it and hate it. Some people won't understand it and love it, and won't understand and hate it. So there's like 4 groups of people, really. I don't think you're going to fit into some kind of halfway house thinking, oh, it's an all right film, you know. it was an okay film. I often talk about films which are okay, you know, you might watch it once or whatever. They're very disposable films. A lot of films that come out of Hollywood, very disposable. You know, you watch them for a little while, you forget about the outside world, and then you go back to it. This sort of film, you'll watch it and then you'll think about it afterwards. It will stick with you, and you'll talk about it with other people that have seen it. And it's that kind of film, which is quite rare these days. So, yeah. So I reckon you should go along and see it, but whether you'll enjoy it or not, I can't say. So yeah, I've got other film reviews. I'm not sure if I'm going to do another film review walking down this path, because it's not as quiet as I was hoping it would be. Although sometimes I can walk down this path and it's completely silent, but just not today. So yeah, I've got other film reviews, challenges, karate videos, all sorts of stuff on here. It's not a one-dimensional channel. I basically do whatever the hell I feel like filming, to be honest. Alright, click thumbs up if you like this, thumbs down if you didn't, subscribe if you like this channel, press the bell icon for notifications, and I will see you later. Bye. And it really was just the WTF for 2 hours. Which is one reason I actually... God's sake. Which is one reason I actually